That is very astonishing. Years ago, Mr. Poole made a prediction that was virtually spot on. If you do not believe in this at this moment, you will never be able to believe in the red alerts. The number 589 has once again been validated by David Schwartz. There is no way that this is just a coincidence. In addition to that, he is free. Is that all right? There are just so many things happening, people, an insane number of connections. Are you all prepared? For the video you are going to watch today, you might want to have some popcorn. We should get started. Salutations. I sincerely hope that you are all taking advantage of the incredible additional piece rounds that are available at the R's and the 3 says. I have seen something else, namely that at the moment it is really stable. In the immediate future, XRP is correct. Take a look at this. Take a look at this instance of XRP experiencing consolidation. Could you please tell me what this is? That is to say, a significant change is on the way, which could be either positive or negative. I am placing my wager on the fact that we will go lower before we go higher. All right then. Low volume with a significant amount of consolidation taking place over the course of the weekend. It will catch fire in a matter of moments. Get ready for any day and time of the week. Oh, I neglected to explain that there is also an indirect relationship between Davy Shorts and the purchasing of further XRP at a low price before the entire thing most likely explodes. It will be discussed in the video that we are releasing today. Absolutely, the red alarms are indeed well informed. For what reason? You all are and will continue to be a member of XRP and the XRP community right now. This is fascinating information, I have to say. Universal basic income for the people, having a discussion about UBI today in the year 2021. Mr. Poole tweeted about UBI, which is an abbreviation for Universal Basic Income. This is an accurate translation of his tweet. Is that not correct? The citizens of the 12K 160 district receive UBI. How was it that Mr. Poole was aware of this from so many years ago? And this is the sole explanation as to why we were cognizant of the fact that it would be applicable in this situation. All right, and you absolutely have to check this out today because what has happened in the past is a good indicator of what will happen in the future. And what will happen in the future is a good indicator of what has happened in the past. As far as I can tell, this indicates to me that whatever they say, it typically takes a few years for it to come true. Well, does that imply that the moon is in close proximity? Most likely correct. Here is a confirmation from Ness that the individual in question is. They are discussing the fact that Mary is going to purchase it in the near future and that an up arrow with a right-facing direction will continue to ascend indefinitely, causing Mr. Poole to increase and remain at that level. Just so you know, that is the way that the charts move, the graphical representation of Bitcoin. It has always been like this up until the point that it is no longer an XRP. Wasn't it yesterday that we were informed about whether the big short was for today or for tomorrow? Which one is arriving today? The suffering that one experiences today will be rewarded in the future. Are you going to be present? Correct. Tomorrow's delta is what this amounts to for you, specifically 12/7. And the primary concern is whether or not you will still be present, gentlemen. 8 o'clock tomorrow. Do you anticipate that you will remain in this location at the moment? I am aware that a number of individuals have left the community recently. However, the only way to ensure victory is to refrain from participating in the game. David Schwartz will validate that concept in a moment, but if you are able to endure until the 5-8 and 5-8-9 strikes, you will ultimately survive. A conversation that is mutually beneficial. There are occasions when we observe bubbles coming from Michael Burry. There are occasions when it is possible to take action to address the issue. There are times when the only way to win is to refrain from participating. Well, this account, all right, so you see, people have brought up that he, or rather Elon Musk, could be the one operating this account. At this point, I am not certain that that is the situation, but other people have made the connection that it could be the case. In this case, it is relevant to this tweet. In order to win, you need to participate, regardless of any other factors. Take a look at this now. The game is devoted to all of the youngsters who have aspirations, but then again, it is a peculiar game. The only move that will lead to a victory is not playing at all. What is the reason for this? For the reason that it is possible that you could make errors in the event that you were to play the game. What will you do if your goal is to never die and to have a flawless record, not to even attempt to play it? Did you guys catch a glimpse of that? If the prize is a 5 versus 9, then the reset, the collapse, and the emergence of the Phoenix will all come to fruition at some point in the future. You will be in attendance in order to witness and take note of the event, so that is correct. If you are playing the game, then it is possible that you will have to die a few times, but this is not guaranteed, and in fact, be brought back to life, correct? Return to the point of origin. Therefore, we will just have to wait and see where this leads us. David Schwartz is approaching. Guys, I can't believe the number of tweets that he has put up today. It's really absurd, somewhat coincidental in a way. Who is familiar with the formula used to calculate the perimeter? The perimeter of an ellipse that you can recall without attempting to figure it out at some point just for a moment. I was under the impression that it stated eclipse, but I'm coming down here. There is someone who actually figured out the code. Take a look at this 5 and 9 illustration. I cheated, however, I did discover that in order to determine the precise perimeter, it would be necessary to employ elliptic integrals. I stumbled upon those in the classic reference on elliptic integrals on page 5 and 9. It's just another coincidence, right? So here it is, guys. Wow, it seems like madness, doesn't it? Here's the formula, but take a look at this. On which page is this located? That's the page they're talking about. You can see that it's page 5 and 9, right? It's exactly about elliptic integrals. This is the reason why David Schwartz brought up this individual's return to the number 5E9. Is that not correct? Isn't that a little bit out of the ordinary? 1785E9, is that not correct? Do not let yourself forget the significance of that. Are you prepared? The number that Donald Trump equates to is 5 times 10 to the ninth. Is that not correct? The economy that has the XRP standard. So gentlemen, it has always been the case. It has long been maintained that the value in question is 5 billion. Is that not correct? Gazing directly into the sun with a solar ellipse in place. When we are discussing the topic of eclipses, is that correct? It is frequently mistaken for eclipses and ellipses, which gives the impression that it is those things. David Schwartz is the person who is pictured here, I believe, pursuing an eclipse some years ago in Antarctica. On February 17th, 2026, there will be a ring of fire eclipse. Make sure to mark your calendars for that day. A number of occasions from Mr. Poole. All right then. And have a look at Davy Shorts, if you will. What is going on with Davy Shorts, people? Posting an excessive number of tweets. Any claims that I have remained silent as a result of coming down here are completely unfounded. I have never been silent for a long enough period of time to have a silence that I could breach. What is the significance of that? Arthur Brito comes to mind when I think of this. Put a written description of that emoji. It does not have a mouth. He does not speak much. What is the reason that David Schwartz is discussing the fact that things are silent in this location? Or, I suppose that loud noises or loud music are what I mean, right? On the other hand, before it is too late, you will hear nothing but shh. How would it feel if you were aware that you had a hunch that XRP was going to skyrocket at a time when no one else was expecting it to, having any sort of expectations that such an event might even come to pass in the first place? Correct. I have the impression that we are about to reach the climax. It is possible that you might consider posting an image of a things that you love that is not cryptocurrency and not a loved one from a bank. There's no doubt that XRP is a picture that you took with your mobile device. That is correct, but it should be noted that Davis Rez was the one who responded to that tweet. Could you please elaborate on what that refers to? Upon closer inspection, it appears to be logs, doesn't it? Is that not correct? Much more of a what? A fire burning in the fireplace? You're referring to a fireplace? A fireplace is what Bearable Guy 123 is referring to here. Exact match. And to add to that, this tweet was posted on the 24th day of December, which indicates that Bear is going to come alive before long, rather than at some point in the distant future. He will eventually stop being silent. It's not necessarily David's, but it's definitely Bearable Gauntlet 3. What a coincidence. When discussing the current Christmas season, it is Davis Santa Claus Schwartz. He did, at one point in time, change his name to Monopoly's 65th anniversary in the year 2000 was commemorated by Hallmark with the creation of a special Christmas ornament. Take a look at the clothing that the Monopoly man is sporting. Oh, for the love of God, could you please elaborate on what that refers to? A suit as well as a tie, the identical clothing that is being worn by the bear at this very moment in one of his Christmas scenario. Alright, so one of his Christmas scenes features a bear that is dressed in the exact same outfit as the Monopoly man. Now, the 65th anniversary comes out to be 11, which is interesting because that is the month of flipping the switch. I think this is due to the fact that Mr. Poole tweeted a number of times that month about flipping the switch. Are you referring to the Monopoly man? What a coincidence. Gentlemen, you are both wearing the same identical clothes. Further association